Now, with all the drama, you'd figure President Biden would want to jump right on 2024 and announce now, right? Wrong. White House advisors reportedly saying they don't expect Sleepy Joe to announce until July, maybe even this fall. This as his approval ratings are dropping. Polls show it's now hovering in the low 40s, maybe the upper 30s. That's not good. You're going to need a winter jacket. Voters not holding back. Fox News Digital asked voters in Washington, D.C., not Washington State, how they would grade the president. Watch.
Well, if there was one lower than F, we'd aim for that.
Hey.
I'd give him about a D.
A through F. I give him a good G.
F.
D+. I feel like a lot of the promises he made he hasn't fulfilled on, and just, like I said, the country is still so divided. I think that are being mismanaged to a severe degree.
He's on the wrong side of the issues for me.
I like the guy who gave him a G. I don't think that's for gangsta. With grades like that, how's the election announcement going to go over with the voting public? The party panel is back. Chris Bedford, Jessica Tarlov, and Spike Cohen. So, Spike, if President Trump somehow gathers enough goodwill to become the nominee, is that how President Biden wins again when he's 900 years old?
I mean, probably so. I mean, right now, Biden's numbers are in the toilet. I think the only Democrat hopeful whose numbers are worse than his are Kamala Harris's, so I guess he's got that going for him, which is nice. But the numbers speak for themselves. We have record inflation still, even with the Fed rationing up rates, which is leading us into bank failures and a looming recession and all sorts of other terrible things. At this point, I think the only way that Biden can beat the Republicans is if they nominate the guy that we just established that 60% of Americans are okay with locking up, even if it's for bogus reasons. And if Donald Trump tries to go after Joe Biden for the recession or for inflation, Joe Biden can correctly point out that Trump helped with that, with the CARES Act and other corporate welfare spending and the lockdowns and everything else, which helped to contribute to what Joe Biden continued and has now led to all these terrible problems. If Trump wants to attack him for the vaccine mandate, he can attack Trump for 15 days to slow the spread and the lockdowns and for Operation Warp Speed. Pretty much anything Trump wants to attack Biden on, Biden can correctly point out that Trump was part of that problem as well. And the problem is we're never going to get rid of this until, in my unbiased opinion, we stop electing them and vote Libertarian.
Well, I'm fine with that. You know me, Spike like a ding-dong. I'm not a member of the Libertarian Party, Jessica, but I think two shirtless old guys wrestling around in a kid's swimming pool full of Jell-O is not very exciting, but that's where we're headed, isn't it?
I fear yes, but I'm all for all of us just diving into that deep tub of yogurt that you were talking about, that President Trump is headed for beginning tomorrow. No, yogurt means a lot more than Jell-O. We've all seen Jell-O diving. We haven't seen yogurt diving.
No.
It's full of probiotics, too, yeah.
Great for gut health. Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm looking at you. Okay, so I went back and I looked at when the last several presidents had announced, and Biden is actually not that out of the norm. So President Obama went on April 4th. Obviously, Joe Biden's not doing it tomorrow. That would be amazing dueling, right? Do we do the arraignment or we do the president's announcement that he's running for re-election?
Maybe he combines.
Donald Trump went in June. So he still has a couple of months to get there. You said that it might be July. Bill Clinton was the one who went the earliest, actually. And George Bush, I'm forgetting the exact date, but it was in the realm of the Obama kind of Trump world there. So I think what's going on is that he also wants to make sure that we get the convention announcement where we're going to have the convention. So it's between Atlanta, New York City, and Chicago left. That's rumored to be coming soon.
I say not New York City. We have enough problems here. We don't need a bunch of political looky-loos with buttons and silly hats. We've only got a little bit of time, Chris. What is your prediction about the president running again and us being tortured by a man deep into his 80s?
I think he absolutely will. I think he absolutely loves his job. He's wanted it his entire life. It's a pity he's not quite entirely here for it, but that's his prerogative. There's no reason at all for Joe Biden to declare early. His whole thing, he never liked campaigning. He basically didn't campaign last time. His friends in the press campaigned for him. And this time he's just trying to act presidential. I don't think he's great at it, but he goes through the motions and tries to differentiate himself from someone like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, he does better that than he does on the stump.
Every once in a while, he gets a visit from the blood boy, and he gets a vitamin B12 shot, and he can deliver a C-plus speech at best. And people are like, oh, he's amazing. That's the most presidential thing I've ever seen. It's like, we have lowered our expectations tremendously. Good job, America.